This is Outlandish City, guys, and you're watching the best of old school and new school. This is the Nation Network. Outlandish.
Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome back. We are going to be joining you here live from the city of brotherly love, indeed, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on the next stop here on the Red, White, and Bruised Tour. It is Monday night, and that means Monday Night Blast here for UPW Wrestling, and what an incredible card we've got coming your way tonight.
No doubt about it, we're going to see some action, man. Tag teams galore. We're going to see Weeba Webe, easy to say, right? And Big Willie going up against Americana and Kike Ramirez. We remember hearing Kike invite Americana out to join him as a tag team. Well, tonight they're going to do it.
Ought to be a tremendous matchup. Also, one of our two title matches will feature another tag team. This one will be in the women's division. It'll be Ruza and Olga going up against Hamura Shinzo and Ginger Queen. That will be for the UPW Women's Tag Team Championship.
Moving right along, we are going to have another title on the line, and that one is going to be for the House of Honor Championship. No stranger to the city of brotherly love, Chris Candido goes one-on-one defending that title against Chad Maverick.
That's going to be one heck of a matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, our opening contest, we are going to see King Koa in action. Stay with us for all that and plenty more.
Reach for the sky. Flex on your dreams. Race into the top. Show the world what it means. Tackle any obstacle that's put in front of me. Throw your hands in the air if you're riding out with me. Spotlight is on. Now it's my turn. Shots are up the street. The winner of this battle. Focus 'cause this moment is mine. And the count is on the back and watch me reach for the sky.
All right, wrestling fans, we are ready to kick things
The
off
following contest
with
is
our
scheduled
opening
for
contest.
one fall. Making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 219 pounds.
Well, here we have a look at the one and only Dewey Jobs. Looking to get another win somewhere along the lines of his career. It's been a while.
Well, again, Dewey Jobs was a perennial ofer until he had a brief hiccup in a very long career of defeat. And while he was able to string together 3 wins, he has been right back into the losing category ever since. Would love to find a way to turn that around here tonight. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
No, I doubt it very seriously, too.
We want to welcome everybody joining us here live on the Nation Network tonight. DHW is in the house along with J-Rocks.
From Kona, Hawaii.
William Weir has joined us as well.
Big JH is in the house as well. as we just get ready to kick off what I can guarantee you is going to be an absolutely unforgettable night of UPW action.
King Koa, we haven't seen him in a few weeks, but he hasn't lost a beat. Look at him. He's still a monster of a man.
Yeah, I just saw the look on Dewey's face. What did I do? What did I sign on for?
One thing about Mike McElroy, he signed some of the most intimidating talent anywhere in the world of professional wrestling. He's got the axis of evil, and then on top of that, he's got this man.
Well, of course, we are in a border-free zone. This is Monday Night Action, and that always levels the borders, lets everybody in from UPW. And look at Dewey coming out strong.
Those shots not really having an effect, and now going for an abdominal stretch. Look at Dewey trying to pull out a big win.
I think Dewey's going to find out why you don't poke the bear.
King Koa now spiking that knee right into the canvas. Fans, we are told that we're going to be hearing from the general manager of Empire Wrestling right after this match. You won't want to go away. You won't want to miss that one. So much going on in Empire right now.
Yeah, it's been a hotbed to say the least. And perhaps I shouldn't use the terms hot and bed in the same sentence, considering all things.
Ramming the head. Look at this. Dewey Jobs going for the cover. Hooks the leg. This will be a massive upset.
The fact that he got a 2 count in my book is an upset.
And Dewey with a right hand, and down goes King Koa. Again, they tie up in the middle of the ring, and King Koa couldn't hold him. Dewey comes out the back, drops him with a reverse DDT.
But King Koa just keeps on coming back. He's like the Terminator.
Went for that abdominal stretch again. This time he hip tosses him all the way over. Winding up, and now Dewey with an uppercut. That one stunned him, but didn't knock him down again.
Dewey hasn't been able to get him off his feet, really. He just, everything he's thrown at him, it's landing. Give him credit for credit tried, but he's not doing any damage, I don't think.
As King Koa just hurls him across the ring, and it was an effortless attempt. Now stepping across the midsection, all that weight right down on the chest. And Dewey finds himself up in the back, slides out. Look at King Koa, headbutt, and down goes Dewey Jobs. And again up on the shoulders, here it is, the Samoan drop. Irish whip sends him to the ropes, back out front, back elbow. Catches him right in the butt of the jaw. King Koa spinning back heel kick, and that connects, and Dewey is out from the top rope. What is he going to do?
He wants Dewey on his feet.
That double axe handle right across the top of the head. And he's got him in a bear hug. Dewey is fading fast.
Well, he came out and brought his A game, but I don't think that's going to be nearly enough.
Dewey hanging on as Koa continues to constrict the ribs. And Dewey managing to get out. Got caught again with a Samoan drop. Goes for the cover. That might be all she wrote here. And it is.
Very impressive victory. Not going to say it's a big surprise because I don't think it is, but nonetheless, well done by King Koa. And hey, Dewey brought everything he had to the table.
Here is your winner,
King Koa victorious in his return here to UPW. Plenty more action still to come as we continue the Red, White, and Bruised tour across this great nation of ours. Stick around, fans. We'll be back in just a moment with plenty more action.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can beg for your indulgence for just a moment. What happened last time out here with Gunner Lovelady will not happen again. Gunner, all you did was get yourself disqualified. Yeah, you live to fight another day. Well, guess what? Today is that other day, and you're not going to get off so easy this time, because this time there are no disqualifications. And this time, you're going up against two members of the Axis of Evil.
Celebrate the 4th of July by downloading the new Community Creation Pack featuring all 3 members of American Pride. Search hashtag #1 and the word nation. That's One Nation. Build your own Ultra Pro Wrestling universe today.
Dollar! Dollar! You took from me, boy. You took from me. You took my championship. You took from my reason, my meaning. Now I'm gonna take from you. You think losing an arm was bad? Wait till you see what I take. You don't take from Ed Cleaver. Not without paying a price. And you're gonna pay a price, son. You're gonna pay the ultimate price. Because I ain't just coming for your title, I'm coming for your career.
Oh, a lot happening in a short period of time. As we heard from the general manager of Empire Wrestling moments ago.
of 401 pounds.
Cajun Connection making their way down towards the ring. Big Willie and Weeble Wavy. But yeah, wow.
Well, for those of you that may not be aware, over at Empire Wrestling, things have been heating up and not quite the way you would normally expect to see it happening. Everyone's favorite rocker, Gunner Lovelady, got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, as they like to say sometimes.
Now he got caught with his hand in Michael DeSantis' cookie jar. That's the problem.
DeSanta booked him into a handicap match on Empire Wrestling this past week. However, Gunner taking a sledgehammer in the match to get himself disqualified. Clearly, that didn't sit well at all with Mike DeSanta, who has now booked a match tonight where there are no disqualifications, and it will be a 2-on-1 handicap tornado match. I just don't like the way things are adding up right here, right now.
From Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 203 pounds, the World Cruiserweight Champion,
As we take a look at the Cruiserweight champion, Americana stepping through the ropes. He had a non-title match on Empire this past week where he lost to Aguila X.
Was a hell of a match. Both guys shook hands when it was over, and there is a title match coming up within the next 10 days for Aguila X.
Last month, we saw on Monday night, Kike Ramirez come out and invite Americana to be his tag team partner. Said, hey, let's do this together. Even though they are from rival companies, here tonight it is border free.
Going to be a great test for both teams right now because guess what? Cajun Connection coming off their first loss ever.
Puerto Rico, weighing in at 215 pounds.
As we take a look at Kike Ramirez. Man who's been going up against Chad Maverick over several weeks now. Maverick has found himself in a championship title match later on tonight. As we take a look at the Puerto Rican sensation, Kike Ramirez.
Well, both of these guys have one thing in common. They learned lucha-style wrestling in Mexico. We'll see how that blends in their in-ring talents.
Bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. Weeba Webe walking right into it. Savate kick nicely done. And Americana getting the early start here in this one. Weeba Webe early on was looking like he was an indestructible force here. First match we ever saw the Cajun Connection in. He was the only member of the team to ever make contact with the opposition. Never made the tag to Big Willie in that one. Came out, had a singles match, won that soundly as well. But in recent days now, oh, look at that!
Scud missile off the top and a senton.
Big Willie going to work now on Americana. And look at this. What's he going to do here? Brings Kike Ramirez into the match.
Kike doesn't know where he's at, man. He got dazed by that one.
Over the top, and he caught him with a flying senton.
Americana connecting the dots.
Look at Ramirez. Oh, my goodness, on the concrete floor. Action is heating up.
Kike Ramirez went the distance on that one, no two ways about it.
What a move right there. Going for the cover. Will that be enough for a win? Save made by Weeba Webe. Tag is made, and here comes Kike Ramirez with a senton of his own. And another.
Landing right down across the back of Big Willie. There's that slide out, and Willie decides to go back out and go after once again.
Look at Kike Ramirez now sizing up the big man. Spinning shot to the head. Big Willie, Irish whipping Ramirez in, and he caught him with that shoulder tackle, but it was a glancing blow. Didn't get the full effect of it. Now look at Ramirez from behind as he slips out the back door. Caught him in a Hurricane Rana. And there's one for Weebo too. I'm sorry, it is just ridiculous. Now here's the Irish whip to the ropes, over the top, and landing on the floor. Weebo over the top rope and splashdown.
Oh, Kike Ramirez. He went big time and he landed on concrete.
He's back in the fight right now, though. And Boeebe face down here on the floor by the desk. Look at this, Americana. Oh, he took him down. And Ramirez with a standing senton.
The Tornado Death Valley driver followed up by a standing senton. Weebo is not going to be doing very good in this one.
Oh, he's not going to do it again. He's on that top rope. He is trying to pick his moment. Oh, there it is. Down across the head, and Boeebe is out. Back into the ring. There's a nice back elbow chop block on the leg. Tag made, Americana now, the legal man in. Going to work now, look out, this could be it. Diablo Destroyer. What happened there? What is Ramirez doing? Wait a minute!
What is Kike Ramirez? What is he doing?
Ramirez just got himself disqualified. What the hell just happened here?
I don't know, and I don't know if he knows.
There are moments when time stands still, when history unfolds, when we are bound by the magnificence of one singular event. In 2019, AEW rose, and a new vision for the future of professional wrestling revolutionized the sport. AEW is for the bold. AEW is for the fearless. AEW is for those who know that deep inside, They are elite. Now, it's time for you to create your unforgettable moments. Where your legend is born. And your memories will live forever. Are you willing to risk everything to become a champion? This is your time to become elite. Are you daring enough to fight forever?
All right, fans, we are back after the disqualification. Right now, looking at the Mother Crushes, Ruza and Olga in the ring. This is their opportunity to get the women's tag team titles.
Not their first opportunity. As impressive as they normally are in their matches, the last time we saw them going up against the tag team champions, they weren't so impressive.
Well, they definitely have to bring a different effort this time out. Hopefully, at this point in time, they've learned from their last time in the ring with the champions enough to perhaps give themselves the advantage they need to get over the top and to pull those tag team titles away.
They are the only tag team women's champions that have ever existed in Ultra Pro Wrestling. Homura Shinzo, Ginger Queen.
They are the Gypsy Queens of the Gypsy Queen division. Take a look at those titles that they're going to be putting on the line here in just a few moments.
It's scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers. And their opponents, they are the Women's Tag Team Champions.
As we get ready for our first of two championship matches here tonight. Once again, want to welcome everyone joining us here live tonight. Keith O'Toole's in the house along with Arnie Donovan.
Prime Time is here as well.
Smooth Realism joining us. Bell sounds, action's underway, and these ladies start things off right in the middle of the ring. Oh, nice move right there by Shinzo.
Well, you wouldn't expect it to start like that now, would you? Size and strength advantage goes clearly to the champions, and it was a strength move that took Ruza out.
Tag is made very quickly, and now look at this. Ginger coming with a flying forearm that has absolutely no effect on Ruza. Over the top, and look at this! Are you kidding me?
Talk about a 1-2 punch. But now, Ginger finds herself in the wrong part of town.
Fall away slam on the concrete floor. And Ginger indeed in a whole world of trouble as she is just rammed headfirst into the apron. As this battle continues on here ringside, and they both beat the count back into the ring.
Well, the tag team champions, they can retain those titles on a count out.
What's she gonna do here? Ginger has her from the middle row. Oh! Sunset Stunner! Only a 1 count. I'm surprised. That could be enough to put a match away for sure.
Well, there's a throwback. Really caught her with that one. And now Ruza going back up against Hamura Shinzo.
Elbow drop right to the small of the back. Nicely done by Hamura, making a very quick tag to get Ginger back in.
Well, frequent tag's the name of the game, and these two ladies really do have tag team wrestling down to a science.
Splash right down across the back. And Ruza may not even make the tag at this rate.
There was a smart move right there by Ruza. She should have taken the opportunity to tag out and get Olga in the match. Instead, she is going to walk Ginger all the way to the corner. There's the tag finally. And now the double team by the challengers.
Stretches out that arm and down across it. Olga now going to see if she can turn the momentum around. Deep arm drag by Ginger. And Olga going down. Comes charging in with a glancing blow. And look at Ginger Queen with a pump handle. Over the top suplex.
How in the world she is moving that much larger athlete the way she is beyond me. I know there's a lot of leverage involved, but still.
Well, there's a massive size disadvantage for the champions, but thus far you would never know it.
I can't tell you how impressed I am by how quickly they are tagging in and out, not giving either team or either member of their team a chance to really get tired.
Measures her for a nice elbow drop. And now Ginger targeting the lower back of Olga of the Mother Crushes. Stiff forearm shot to the head, and now Ginger's got a wake-up call, perhaps, from Olga. Cradle plex couldn't hold the leg. And there's a tag made now by Olga, and here comes Ruza back in. Didn't have a lot of luck last time. Sidewalk slam, will that be enough to crown new champions? No.
Shinzo felt that the damage was done, though. You see how quickly she came to the rescue.
What? Oh, that's it. The truck stop. And another save had to be made. And all of a sudden, just like that, the challengers are on pace for becoming champions. Oh, look at this. Shinzo just caught the shoulder, sending her flying. Oh, no, what in the hell is Olga gonna do?
I thought she was going to try and splash Hamura on the concrete. That would have been it. It would have been a handicap match right here.
Well, at this point in time, momentum has definitely swung in favor of the challengers. Save made once again by Ruza. And now going after the arm. We've seen it before.
Well, this time Ruza was there in time. We talk about past matches where they came up short in the tag team title quest. That was the move that did them in.
Pump handle slam once again, and now Ginger Queen perhaps going to make the tag. Indeed she is, to Hamura Shinzo. Running neck breaker. Referee allowing all of this to continue. There are two members of the Mother Crushers in the ring. Is only supposed to be one.
Well, it got to the point where I wasn't even sure who was legal anymore.
Spinning back heel kick right to the mouth. That one definitely got the attention. And Olga slow to get back to her feet. Ginger is right there. Going again for a cradle. Driver. Wasn't sure what she was going to go with that one, but ended up driving all of the weight right down onto the shoulders and the C6. And now from the top rope, Shinzo got caught.
Olga shoved her off that top rope, and that may have just saved the tag team titles.
Caught her with a big knee, spinning kick right upside the ear, and there's a tag made to Ginger Queen. And once again, Ginger making the tag. Tornado! That spinning fist caught Shinzo right across the face.
Now that cross knee backbreaker stretching her out.
The rear view just took a little bit of starch out of the sails. And Olga's in trouble. Locks it up, and there it is, the Kata Hajime. The hooks are in. Referee is there. And the save. No! She tapped her out before the save was made. The Gypsy Queens are victorious and remain the women's tag team champions.
They just keep finding a way to get it done. It's so impressive. You would think that the save was going to be made there. Let's see if we get a look at that one again. There was the armbar, but here comes. Here it is right here. Cinches it in, hooks are in, but look how quick Rusev was there within a blink. Wow, a tenth of a second. It was that close.
Here are your winners and still women's tag team champions.
Tremendous victory, and you talk about split-second decisions. That's what it came down to here tonight.
Well, at this point, you got to ask yourself, is there a team out there that can dethrone these two?
When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, the House of Honor heavyweight title will be on the line.
America's been drinking beer from a company that doesn't even know which restroom to use. That's why I created Conservative Dad's Ultra Right 100% woke-free beer. As conservatives, we're constantly getting hit in the face, left and right, by the woke mind virus. But the last place we want it is in our beer. If you know which bathroom to use, you know what beer you should be drinking. Stop giving money to woke corporations that hate our values. And to the rest of you woke corporations, stay the away from our kids.
Buy yours online in 42 states at ultrarightbeer.com.
Tastes like freedom.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Heavyweight Championship.
All right, fans. The House of Honor Heavyweight Championship on the line as we see Amber Lynn joining Chad Maverick.
Well, Chad Maverick has had a series of matches recently with Kike Ramirez, who we saw earlier tonight. Done pretty well for himself in those battles. Tonight, here in the city of brotherly love, getting ready to go head-to-head with Chris Candido for that championship title.
Bit of a mixed reaction right now. Chad Maverick has not necessarily been a fan favorite. Some of the shortcuts he has taken in matches hasn't necessarily sat well with the UPW faithful.
Well, he's a firm believer of all is fair in love and war, and he'll do whatever he's got to do to win a match, and he doesn't make any apologies for it, I can tell you that right now.
And here we take a look at the brand new House of Honor Heavyweight Champion. This is Chris Candido.
It's a bit of a homecoming for Chris Candido because one of the biggest chapters of his career took place right here in the great state of Philadelphia. Or I beg your pardon, the city of Philadelphia.
Indeed, a part of the ECW roster, part of the triple threat. Now calling UPW the home. He is technically a free agent, but now being the champion of House of Honor will have obligations primarily there.
And as we mentioned before, we're right now on Monday night, and Monday night is a border-free zone. Anything and anyone goes.
He was a surprise when he showed up here in UPW, challenged then champion Rock Ripley. Managed to take that title away from him. He's had several title defenses since then, obviously all victorious.
From Boulder, Texas, weighing in at 237 pounds. And his opponent from Hackensack, New Jersey, weighing in at 225 pounds. He is the heavyweight champion, Chris Candido.
Referee asking for the championship, and Candido looked like he wasn't going to hand it over for a moment. This is what they'll be fighting for, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around after this one because we have a handicap tornado no DQ match coming up. They tie up in the middle of the ring momentarily, and now look at this. Chad Maverick slamming the champion. Going to the eyes, and that is exactly what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Maverick is pulling out all the stops right now. He knows the title's on the line. He's got a height, weight, strength, maybe advantage over Candido. Candido's going to dominate him in one category, and that is experience.
Very athletic individual also is Chris Candido. As you see him going to work on him right here. Caught him with a DDT. Chris Candido now with a point of the elbow to the back of the head. What is he doing? Outside the ring now. And he's saying something. And look at Amber Lynn getting out of dodge. Candido baits him into the ring. And he caught him with that one.
Yeah, he made Chad Maverick think he was going after Amber, I think.
Once again, the elbow to the back of the head. Chad Maverick all of a sudden on the receiving end of the punishment. Candido has him up. Oh, look at this. Maverick fighting his way out. Irish whip to the ropes. Back out front. Dropped down by Candido. Caught him like body drop. Knife edge chop. And this one blocked by Maverick. Irish whip. Oh, into the referee.
We have seen referees in recent weeks really getting in the way of the action here.
And with a title match especially, you don't want any of that kind of chicanery. You want a clean win, whoever it may be. Look at Candido turning the tide. Has him up in the air. Maverick, fall away slam. Candido right back on his feet. They tie up again, and now look at this. The challenger down across the knee, and the champion too close to the ropes.
Maverick just said, "You're lucky." He just yelled right at his face, said, "You're lucky." And maybe that's it. Maybe that's part of it. It doesn't hurt to have luck on your side sometimes.
Here comes the Irish whip into the turnbuckle. And now Candido stomping away on Chad Maverick. And Maverick gonna fight his way out of the corner. Went for the big boot, nobody was home. Irish whip over the top. Candido hanging on to the top rope. Maverick has him on the apron.
Belly to back suplex right on the corner of the apron, adding insult to injury.
Amber Lynn getting a little close to the action right now. She's going to have to be careful with that. Candido helping him to his feet. And now, oh, you caught with a claw hold. Candido is in the claw hold. The championship is on the line.
Shades of the Von Erichs. Maverick has taken a little bit from all of the greats from Texas over the history of time, and he has worked on that claw hold.
Nice move right there by Candido, the champion going for the cover. Will that be enough to secure the win? No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Shot to the midsection. Oh, he came charging in, thinking he was going to go for that lariat. Has Candido over with a suplex. Candido right back up again. Irish whip. Caught him with a back body drop, and the champion in trouble.
Champion is in a great deal of trouble right now.
Kicking off one more time, and now let's see if Candido. To the eyes. Oh, man, the double boot to the face. Candido got caught with a lariat. New champion.
He's in a world of trouble.
Just like that, there is a new champion in the House of Honor, and his name is Chad Maverick.
Candido had him in the corner, and I think he was going to go for the blonde bombshell.
It didn't happen. Unbelievable history made here tonight.
Heavyweight champion.
What a tremendous match. Chad Maverick has made it to the top of the mountain at House of Honor.
When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, Gunner Lovelady will be in action. Stay with us.
everybody's favorite time.
Well, this crowd still buzzing about what just went down.
The following contest is a tornado tag handicap match. Making his way to the ring from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 215 pounds.
Gunnar Lovelady coming down to the ring, and I wouldn't want to be him.
Well, we saw him on Empire going up against 2/3 of the Axis of Evil. He put up a valiant fight for a good 5 minutes and then finally realized the odds were against him. Picked up a sledgehammer, went to work with that, got himself disqualified, but managed to escape with his life, and that was the name of the game. Tonight, I don't see that as an option. Weapons are now legal. The same way he can pick them up, so can they, and there's 2 of them.
And his opponents at a combined weight of 716 pounds.
Once again, 2/3 of the Axis of Evil. And tonight with the borders down, I wasn't sure which 2/3 we were going to see.
Well, we're getting the same 2 as last time. I guess it makes sense. These guys want to stomp the life out of him after what happened the other night.
Jamal Jazeer is just one of the largest athletes in all of UPW. Not too many can stand eye to eye with him.
Well, the fact that the weapons are now legal, that might be something that can work in his favor to some degree.
Oh, that knee right to the head, and it finds a mark. He's got that steel chair. Oh, and he goes to work. Ryslinski, another one. Oh, the clothesline from behind, and Jamal Jaziri. Look at Gunnar doing everything. Oh, man. Everything he can, he is unloading.
He's brought his A game, no 2 ways about that.
Back heel kick, but Jaziri's still standing. He won't go down.
Gunnar is hitting him with everything, and now both guys go, and nobody connecting.
Gunnar with that steel chair, and not going to get to use it. Jaziri! Lung blower. We've got action outside the ring, and that might be the smartest way for him to battle this one out.
I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, you won't get counted out. You won't get pinned. Submission won't matter. But there's a lot of concrete around there, and these are some big dudes. And now back in the ring, and this is not where I think he needs to be. Divide and conquer was what he was working on. It was working. But now things have changed.
Knee right upside the head. Oh my goodness, he just hurled him across the ring by the leg. And now outside the ring. Oh, wait a minute, from the top. Oh, he caught him.
Ryslinski was going to use that baseball bat, but he managed to bring it up again. Oh, no.
Boris Ryslinski unloading with that baseball bat, and now Gunner Lovelady doing everything in his power. Down across the guardrail. What's he going to do now? Unprotected shot to the head. Nice move. And Gunner going to get out of dodge.
I like what he's doing right now. Splitting everything up. He's keeping them apart, which is a good idea.
Oh, and he just drove that steel chair into Boris Roslinski. To the head. And there's one for Jazeer. And a chop to the leg. Will that be enough? That's a 1 count. He's able to kick out of it. And now here comes that baseball bat in again. Gunner better figure a way out of trouble and do it quickly. Oh, man, devastating shot to the head. Still able to kick out, and now here comes that baseball bat. Swing and a miss. He got him. And again.
The numbers game just too much right now.
Double choke slam. Oh, my goodness. And Gunner again smartly out to the floor. Drop kick does nothing to Jaziri. Oh, the baseball bat does. They are doing a number on him right now.
Well, this is exactly what Michael DeSanta wanted to see happening.
To the eyes. Oh, look at this. Jaziri might have caught. From behind, they are doing a hell of a job on him right now. 2 against 1. Has him up. That big drop, and now again trying to roll out. Can he get to the floor?
Well, he's on the apron.
Hunter hanging on. Gunner, beg your pardon, hanging on the top rope and dropped on the apron. How much more of this can he take?
I don't know how much more I can take. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Suplex on the concrete. He's done. He is done. Oh, look at this. Jaziri caught with a baseball bat by his own partner.
Friendly fire indeed.
Throws him back into the ring. I don't think there's anything left. Rolls him over for the cover, hooks the leg. Shoulder somehow coming up off the mat. Where did he get that from? I have no idea. Sling blade. And now the action spills out to the floor, ladies and gentlemen. And what is going on here? Oh my God, look at this! It's the Blue Meanie!
The Blue Meanie is here. What the hell is he doing here?
He is just taking out Boris!
Unbelievable! And Jamal doesn't know what's going on. There's a roll-up. He's gonna get him!
Indeed, Gunner Lovelady gets the win!
Unbelievable. I cannot. Where in the world did the Meanie come from?
Here is your winner.
Gunner Lovelady, victorious, ladies and gentlemen, against all odds. You never know what's going to happen here at Ultra Pro.
Well, I can tell you one thing, that Santa is not going to be happy about this.
I'll tell you something else. The Blue Meanie is Ultra Pro Wrestling.
What? That bitch!